podcast. I'm your host, Random Ryan. So today I want to talk about the beef, I guess you call it beef, between Shannon Sharpe and Shaq. Like, I mean, everybody got their opinions and they public figures. So, I'm going to give my 2 cents. But yeah, the thing with that is like, and nobody's perfect. Like we've all had our moments where we could have been better and weren't just because we human. And but yeah, though, I felt like Shaq took it way out of proportion. Like he made a diss track. Did you hear the diss track? Like he took it way out of proportion. And I get it. I mean, Shannon kind of, he said the thing about his work ethic, and I mean, yeah, that can hurt. And maybe in my younger life, I might have responded a little harsh, but I don't know. Shaq, I feel like he ain't got nothing to prove, and especially to come like that, like he made a diss track, and that shit was horrible. Like, fam, like I mean, that's just my opinion. That shit was horrible. Like, and Shaq too old to be coming like that. And I mean, he really ain't got nothing to prove. But yeah, I was surprised. I was like super surprised he responded like that. Like, fam, like a diss track. And then like doing my research, like Shaq always been a little touchy. And you never know what somebody's been through. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you don't know what they've been through or to make them how they are. So, he might have had it rough as a kid or anything, but it's like, yeah, Shaq's been touchy. Like, if you go back and you look at, not really beef, but between him and some of the early broadcasters, him and Kenny, like when Kenny was broadcasting for ESPN back when Shaq was playing, like go back and look at some of that shit. That shit is hilarious. Like Shaq took a lot of that shit super personal. A lot of it, he taking in stride. And that's the thing about being a public figure too. Like us being just regular people, we probably never understand. Like, yeah, like people having so much to say. I bet that shit can weigh on a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like weigh you down. And I know that's why like KD don't even no, but I think Kevin Durant used to be like into the Instagram and then like watching the Facebook and the tweets and the twats and all that. But I think he toned that down just because, yeah, that shit can kind of weigh on you just because, we look at them like superstars and they public figures. So, we all got our opinions and take our shots. But, yeah, at the end of the day, they like human people. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's what I think a lot of us forget. And that's why I want to point out, like, yeah, I'm putting in my 2 cents and I understand both sides. But, I like podcasting and I like, sharing my thoughts. So, I'm just putting in my 2 cents, and yeah, I thought Shaq just came way too hard, like a diss track. Like, come on, man. Man, please, if you get a chance and you haven't heard it yet, like Google it. Like I don't know if I can get copyright and all that type of stuff. Them big labels, ESPN, and all them, they can get the rights to it and play it. I don't know if I could do that. But yeah, Google it, like Google Shaq, Shannon Sharpe diss track. And yeah, just check it out. This is like hilarious, horrible. But Shaq likes to rap. He's not the best rapper in my opinion. So yeah, it was horrible. And like way too much just for, somebody critiquing his career. And I don't know. I understand it, but I was shocked that was the response. Like for real, I was really shocked. Oh yeah, and another thing I want to say about far as the Shaq and Shannon Sharpe beef, like I gotta speak on Shannon part too. Like Shannon kind of said if he was talking about his work ethic, like far as Shaq's work ethic, like I really don't think it matters. Like I won't say it doesn't matter, but like you look at the result that Shaq got, like I mean he obviously must have worked hard enough, but Shannon kind of took a shot at Shaq about his work ethic, and I know that could hurt, especially like when you look at like Shaq's probably top 10 all time NBA player, maybe. Never like, and that was another thing. I disagree with what Shannon said. Like Shannon said, well, like if he had my work ethic, he probably would have been number one. Like Shaq never could have been number one because he couldn't shoot free throws, and he wasn't the type of player that you could win a whole championship with. Like Shaq needed at least a good point guard. You know what I mean? Like Shaq wasn't. You couldn't just win 3-4 rings with Shaq. You know what I mean? Like yeah, Shaq needed a point guard. Shaq needed a Kobe, a D Wade. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like that's just one of them positions too. I think, in my opinion, like it's hard. Like especially like now I can see if Shaq was like a Jokic where he could shoot threes, pull up. You know what I mean? Yeah, all that. But like with Shaq's skill set, he never could have been considered like like to be on Mount Rushmore, be a GOAT, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll say he's probably, he's top 3 at his position, definitely. Like, you got Bill Russell, you got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Like, yeah, I mean, you know, and it's debatable. I mean, unless you go to stats and rings, but yeah, it's debatable. But yeah, top 3 at this position, definitely, but just he didn't have enough of a skill set to be even considered like a GOAT. So I think I'm in disagreement with Shannon, like far as work ethic. I think whatever he did or didn't do in practice or off the court, like with what he had, I think, yeah, he maximized it. Like, yeah, like couldn't shoot free throws, you know what I mean? He didn't have a jump shot, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think, yeah, for him to be top 3 over, like, I think he still did his thing. But, yeah, that was another thing. Like, Shannon took shots at that ego, that work ethic, like, saying, yeah, boy, Shaq just went ham. Like, yeah, though, but, you know, that was just another thing I wanted to comment on, like, far as Shannon Sharpe saying that. Like, I disagree with it just because, yeah, like, what was he going to be? You know what I'm saying? If he had a jump shot or, you know what I'm saying, could shoot threes, and, yeah, maybe now we're talking about, yeah, maybe possibly one of the GOATs, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, if he could dominate in the paint like that and shoot a 3, then, yeah, but none of that was going to come to practice. So, yeah. I think, you know, Shannon kind of, I won't say he got out of his body. He gave his opinion. And, yeah, a lot of time opinions can be, you know, not based in fact and can be wrong. And, yeah, it hit Shaq and, yeah, rubbed Shaq the wrong way. And, man, please Google and listen to that diss track. That shit is so horrible and so unnecessary. It's like, yeah. Just laughable, but man, it's just something I wanted to speak on. And yeah, I get back to you. Random Ryan Show. Thanks for tuning in.